It is Stugotz and Company, presented by FanDuel and the FanDuel Sportsbook. And oh, do we have a big weekend coming up. College football playoffs, NFL football is going on. We had the game of the year last night, Israel Gutierrez. It's our 12th game of the year so far this NFL season. The Seahawks come back, get a big win. Izzy put a little sprinkle on the Seattle Seahawks down 30-14 with a 1.2% win share probability. He decided to sprinkle some money on the Seahawks.
I'm learning how to do this. It's like a life balance, right? So I'd been so ticked off lately about games that I've given up on somehow ending up being this like dramatic finish.
Yes.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, Rams Seahawks. It's 30-14. I'm a little sleepy. I'm going to bed. And before I went to bed, I was like, just in case this becomes one of those games, little sprinkle on the Seahawks to win outright. Got a decent number on it. Woke up this morning. Wow, what an ending without even knowing what happened.
Oh, it's fantastic. Such a good feeling. Taylor, put it on the poll. Rams Seahawks, who wins the NFC West? I'm not certain that the Rams still aren't the best team in football. It took a lot of things for the Seahawks to be able to come back and get that done, including a ridiculous 2-point conversion attempt. But we'll get to all that in a second.
Okay.
Because we, on this show, when Christopher Mad Dog Russo does something that we deem to be funny and mad doggish, I guess, for lack of a better term, we have to go to it. So enjoy this with us together. Let's all enjoy this together as Christopher Mad Dog Russo on his show killed Troy Aikman.
Eddie Erickson, of course, Colin Schmeling. They're in the house today as we crank it up. A little cranky to get ourselves going. Troy Aikman has passed. As far as guest opportunities are concerned, he had some prior engagements, so we don't have Troy on today.
Phrasing. By the way, way to hit the punchline before you hit the sounder there, Stu.
I'm glad that he clarified, though, right? Like, glad he clarified as a guest, because there was a I want to say like a 3-second gap there where I was upset on behalf of the Aikmans. Of course, he had passed away, and I said, "Rest in peace." I mean,
right, Lord, show him a good time. That was interesting phrasing. I think he knew what he was doing there. I think he killed off Troy for passing on his show, because nobody passes on the Mad Dog, right?
Joe Buck just dyed his hair again.
Say it to his face when he's on next week.
Ooh, Marcus Freeman has passed on all the bowl games. He doesn't want to play in a bowl game.
Yes. Can we hear that magical sound again from Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who killed Troy Aikman?
Eddie Erickson, of course, Colin Schmeling. They're in the house today as we crank it up. A little cranky to get ourselves going. Troy Aikman has passed. As far as guest opportunities are concerned, he had some prior engagements, so we don't have Troy on today.
Stugotz is no longer with us. He has taken the rest of the day off.
He has passed. Do you think that's Eddie Erickson getting in his ear saying, "Hey, you just killed him"? Like, clarify.
I think he's a pro. I think he's probably done that before.
Probably. What a game last night, guys. The reason I asked that question, and you can throw the Niners into the mix as well, because they still have a shot at winning that division. It was an impressive win for Seattle. Sam Darnold, we were writing that same narrative again because of his play. Was a guy that couldn't get it done in the big game until he did in the fourth quarter. And now he wakes up the best quarterback in the NFL. He's clutch now. He knows he's figured it out. He knows how to do it now in the fourth quarter. But if you look at the last two games for Seattle, they're on the road, Carolina, and then they have San Francisco, and I believe that's on the road as well. And you look at the Rams' last two games. The Rams are done losing. They lost their last game of the season last night. They will not lose either of their final two games. Whereas I can see the Seahawks, Izzy, losing both of their final two games, one at Carolina next week, and the next one with San Francisco, who's a very good team.
You love Carolina, don't you?
No, I just don't know what Carolina you're going to get. That's the problem. Yes.
So I think that kind of went into the decision from Seattle to go for two and the win in that game, because at one point I'm thinking, similar to Stugotz being like, hey, just take the tie there, punt till next week, be the same record as this team, and then hope you could win out your next two games. And then I'm looking at the schedules. Rams play the Falcons and Cardinals, a lot more manageable than what the Seahawks have their next 2 games.
I was impressed with the call to go for the win on the 2-point conversion, but it's not so much because of everything you just said of the setup for, the Rams schedule and everything else. It was just, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what he said after the game. I loved our play call. There. And even that is like, hey, I love that. Like, you've done it in practice. The defense hasn't been able to stop you. Why would this defense stop us? Right. But even then, if you keep reading and they talk about that play, Sam Darnold had to get to his final progression on that play. So I'm sure they love that play. If it was, hey, there's the first option, there's a second option, but he's got to be like, oh no, it was the final option. But more credit to him, man, because like you said, Stu, not just the narrative of like not coming up big in big games, but the Rams in particular had his number, and they had his number through 3.5 quarters. And then it's, you know what? All that's nonsense. I'm changing it all right now.
And he had that quarter after throwing just a terrible interception, down 30-14, a terrible interception. And then you start writing that narrative again about Sam Darnold. It was awful. They had a 1.2% chance of winning the game when Sam threw that interception with the Rams up 30-14. And then you had the punt return that Al Michaels was 5 minutes behind.
Was he?
At least. Yes. I mean, I love Al. I do. Al's a legend. He is great. He will stroll into the Hall of Fame, but he has lost a couple miles per hour on the fastball. That's all I'm saying.
So everybody today is talking about Sam Darnold showing grit. What a comeback by Sam Darnold. I feel worse about the Seahawks after their win than I did about the Seahawks before the game.
Yeah, why? So do I. Yeah, I feel better about the Rams after the loss. I mean, how about that, right?
So there's a reason why. There's a reason why the Rams had that 98.6% win probability with 9:39 left. And for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, it feels like you're going to need Sam Darnold to play a perfect 4 quarters. He's incapable of that. And against elite defenses, he has those too many moments where he's seeing ghosts, and he needed Rashid Shaheed's punt return to kind of change the game and change the momentum.
Yeah, but his defense had an off game. Like, it's not normal that you're asking Sam Darnold to do all of that.
And remember, the first game he threw 4 interceptions, and they still were a field goal miss away from winning that game.
Yes.
Like, this Seahawks team is built to last a bad Sam Darnold game.
And I think that's more the reason they probably went for 2 in the win in that spot. They didn't have the tiebreakers, Taylor. They lose that game or tie that game. They don't have the tiebreakers in that division. That combined with probably factoring in the schedule. But I think what we're all saying is, look what it took for Seattle. The amount of things that had to happen, the punt return, the 2-point conversion, a missed field goal by a Rams kicker who hasn't missed a field goal the entire season. All those things needed to happen in order for Seattle to get a win at home without Devontae Adams. I mean, without their their second best wide receiver.
Was this one of those things that had to happen? Did the refs have it out for the Rams because of Puka?
A little bit.
Comment? Because when they were in that meeting about that overturn on that 2-point conversion, you don't think they were thinking a little bit of Puka's comments and saying, yeah, we'll see who's on TV now.
Right? You want to see how badly I want to be on TV? Watch.
Yeah. Watch this.
They're going to show the if the referees did that and decided to stick it to Puka, I'm good with it. He deserves it. Yep.
Same. Yep. But absolutely. that was a crazy call. One that I don't know. I mean, I know I've never seen. And, did a deep dive into the rules. And by that, I mean, looked on Instagram comments to let somebody else do the deep dive into the rules. And yeah, after the whistle, if there's a clear recovery, still good. Still legal, but the whole thing about it being a backward pass, I think, is the big question mark, right?
But remember, you cannot advance a fumble within the final 2 minutes of a half unless it's a 2-point conversion.
Right, they're going to look at that.
Just one of those weird little loopholes. And to me, it was the second weird call from the refs. They called an eligible man downfield on a Rams touchdown from the 1-yard line. From the 1-yard line, they're like, he was too far. And when you watch the replay, the guy was clearly thrown forward. The offensive lineman was clearly thrown forward. But it was one of those that call didn't need to be made.
I didn't even know you could do that. Like, once you're in the end zone, are you downfield? There's at the end of the zone. Like, there's no more zone. There's no more illegal downfield. But whatever. I have another question for Taylor on this game. Okay. where the hell is the MVP ball right now?
Oh, wow.
Because Matthew Stafford had himself a nice game in the loss and really required crazy Sam Darnold comeback to win. I don't know. Like, is it still in his place?
That's a great question.
It is a great question. 457 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions without Devontae Adams.
Now, was it in his place going into this game, or did Drake May have it? I forget.
No,
Stafford
Drake May did not have it.
Stafford had it. We were thinking about passing it over to Josh Allen. Taylor said no, so it remains with Matthew Stafford. He hasn't seen what anyone else has done yet in the NFL because that was the first game of the weekend. So, Taylor, where is the MVP ball? Whose court
Does it have a
is the
tracker on
MVP ball in right now?
So what I think happened to the MVP ball, it's being held by a neutral third party right now.
Oh,
boy.
wow.
I didn't know this was an option.
Yeah.
Is it David Sampson? I'm kidding.
Wait, what did
Josh
Stafford do
Allen
wrong?
is looking at it, though.
What did Stafford do wrong last night? He lost, right?
He
Is that what
lost,
you're saying?
yeah. I mean,
But he was perfect in losing. I mean,
So much like the Stanley Cup, we have the keeper of the MVP ball, and he is the third party right now that's watching Drake May very intently this week. And then after Drake May and Josh Allen's performance, we'll reassess next Monday and figure out where it is.
all right. Who is this
I've got as
keeper?
the keeper of the Billy? I got it as Billy Gill. Like he's the keeper of the MVP ball.
Yeah, but he would fuck with people. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's why.
Send them the wrong ball.
is that right? And send it to like Michael Penix just for a goof.
Ooh, sorry, that was most improved ball. Sorry, it's NBA.
Sorry.
Got it
That's
all
the
mixed up.
AP and that's the AP
Ooh, did I send you
Offensive
the wrong
Player
ball?
of the Year. Sorry, not quite as good.
But going into this game, we kept talking about that it was a change the narrative game chance for the Seahawks.
Is
And
that
the
what we landed
Seahawks,
on?
the Seahawks won, but do you guys feel like the Seahawks changed the narrative? Because I really don't trust Sam Darnold going into the playoffs. It feels very similar to last year where it's like you're just waiting for that other shoe to drop with him.
I think that is the narrative to me. It's like, hey, the Seahawks are good, not like overwhelming and dominant, and they could beat anybody. Do I think they could win 3 straight games, even if, 2 of them are at home in the playoffs? I'm not going to gamble on it, even though I did on them last night. But I think this is what they were capable of. Like, hey, they can beat a good team. Doesn't even matter how they can beat a good team, but they can beat a good team.
I feel confident from this standpoint. I said it yesterday. If Seattle has to go on the road to get to the Super Bowl, it's not going to happen. But I could see that team winning 2 home. That's why last night's game was so important. If they have 2 home games to get to the Super Bowl, it's a difficult place to play. I can actually see them winning those 2 games and getting to a Super Bowl.
I don't think Sam Darnold played his way into changing the narrative, but he didn't play that bad. Like, it's not like it was, oh man, Sam Darnold is killing them. He just didn't play great. But the Seahawks showed that they could change the narrative and they could still win even if he doesn't play great.
Yeah, but he played great when he had to, and that's the thing. Like Sam needed that, Mikey.
Overtime, Sam was awesome.
Yes, because imagine the things we'd be saying. If that game stays 30-14, there's no punt return. That punt return really changed the momentum of the game. Sure. We are crushing Sam Darnold today. We're laughing at him. He's a joke. He's a punchline. But now he's a guy that you take seriously because, listen, what else can you ask from a guy? You say he can't get it done in big games, and he gets it done in the biggest quarter of the biggest game of the year.
He's got a great receiver in JSN. I'm curious, speaking of great receivers, like, again, because I watched this game largely on highlights, is Puka Nacua unstoppable, or did the Seahawks just not have a good game plan for him? Because obviously without Devontae, look at the last game, he targeted Puka almost every possession, almost every throw anyway. Like, how good is this kid?
So it felt like the haters came out to watch Thursday Night Football yesterday and be like, okay, we're ready to hate watch Puka Nacua. Yeah, and then by about the third quarter, it was like, yeah, he might be him.
Damn, he's good.
He is so good.
He is so good that he hasn't been cut by the Rams. That's how good he is. Because if another player did some of the things he did in the week leading up and said some of the things he said in the week leading up to this game, they would have been fucking cut. So,
by the way, did you see he tweeted after the game?
Yes.
And
I guess.
And then they told Sean McVay during the press conference.
I saw it.
Tweeted,
yes.
And you see his face go, what the fuck is this guy
Ignorance
doing?
is not an excuse, man. That guy said, I didn't know the dance was anti-Semitic, this and this and that. I was like, I'm sorry, man. A little bit of research on who you're going on the stream with, which you already knew, should have at least let you know, hey, I'm not just going to parrot everything they tell me. I got to worry about what I'm saying.
And McVay said, listen, he's 24. He's still growing up. Give me a fucking break, Sean.
24.
Okay, seriously. He's 24. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knows it's bad. And if he didn't know it was bad, he should have asked someone before he fucking did it. So
this part of the month in December is supposed to be about coasting at your job, getting to the new year.
Yes.
And Puka Nacua,
he's making it tricky. Yeah.
he has the Rams media relation guy right now in hell. Think about this poor guy in the office. His
he's
wife,
hanging out with Art Briles.
Yeah.
his wife is probably trying to plan like Christmas plans with him. And he gets a call. He's like, he went on an Aiden Ross stream. He did an anti-Semitic dance. He's telling everybody the NFL is a conspiracy. And then finally, they get some control in this story. Puka's PR team puts out a statement. This guy gets everything under control. We'll craft the apology. We'll have Kirk Herbstreit talk about how great and misunderstood Puka Nacua is on the broadcast. Mm-hmm. Not even 2 minutes after the game ended, you find out he tweeted. This guy's holiday's ruined.
You know, inside that PR office, they're all singing to themselves. His name is Puka. We fucking hate him.
It was interesting to see some of the guys on the pregame on Amazon during the game talk about whether or not this would be a distraction for Puka. What happened this week? Well, he caused the fucking distraction himself. No one caused it for him. And then they went out of their way to say, see, he wasn't distracted. As if his play justifies the actions leading up to that game. He's a great player. No one's going to deny that. He's also a dumb fucking kid. He really is.
A dumb adult.
And not even the worst week for Nacua. Because his brother Samson got arrested after taking somebody's SUV, and then you're like, wait, whose SUV did he take? He took a Lakers. He took a Lakers SUV.
And there were reports of alcohol on Puka's breath during the week, like 3 separate. Like I'm actually concerned for Puka. If you want to know the truth,
I will say though, if you're this good, like when stuff starts to unravel, and you're just like, wow, bad dude. I'm not shocked. Like, what is it about the correlation between being a great football player and sometimes being a crazy person? It's just, it happens way too often.
Taylor, you know how he makes it go away?
Huh?
12 catches, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
When you put a 2.
It shouldn't, though.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But it does.
It really does. 200 yards does something to you. Whether you're running the ball or catching the ball, when you put 200 on that stat sheet, it's like, ooh, I don't care what else he did. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, that Stafford no-look pass is ridiculous, by the way. It's
his signature. I love it.
How is Stafford better with age? I mean,
I would say you look at some of I was thinking about this the other day, like Matthew Stafford's so good, Drake May's so good. Yeah, well, Patrick Mahomes has no weapons, and now he's out for the year. Lamar Jackson doesn't look like himself. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there that if they were just healthy and playing like themselves, maybe would take that MVP ball from Matt Stafford. But if you're going to have a year where a couple of quarterbacks are down, it's a good time to take advantage of it.
Yeah. I'm Taylor. Just thinking, like, Stafford is so good, man. It really makes you question what the fuck the Lions were doing. Anyway, Taylor, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask Taylor something because I called him champ before, and I've been messing with him since the NBA Cup because he's taken so much pride in it. I think he's gone a little too far because yesterday he texted me sort of bragging a clip of Jalen Brunson hitting a big 3-pointer to win a game against the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Like, did we see where the Indiana Pacers are in the standings right now? Is this something to brag about?
I saw them in the finals a year ago. I mean,
Stu, you know how easy it would have been after winning the NBA Cup.
Letdown spot. Yep.
Huge letdown spot going to Indiana. Would have been very easy for Jalen Brunson to just do the Kawhi Leonard plan of, hey, we just won the Cup. I'm not playing this game. Yep. Instead, what do? Hit the game-winning 3.
That's what champions do. Seriously, there is no letdown. Every game is game 7 of the NBA Finals when you're an NBA champion. Like, how are New York Knicks? We won a title.
I thought you were going to say every game is like the final game of the NBA Cup, which would be game 1, I guess, right?
But that's an easy game to lose. Taylor's right. Letdown spot after winning the Cup. I mean, everyone knows that.
And Izzy, what you don't understand is my life can be defined by one moment. Everything before Jalen Brunson signed with the Knicks, everything that's happened since Jalen Brunson signed with the Knicks, because best thing that ever happened to me.
Yes.
I will give wow. Wow, that's crazy. Don't tell
It's
you
either that or the first drive by North Carolina this season. I mean, one of those two things. Yes, right.
I want you to stare your girlfriend in the face and tell her that exact same thing. All right, soon. I will say that they didn't have Karl Anthony Towns. They started somebody named Ariel Huckporty at center, and so I do exactly your favorite, right? That's your favorite. So you got to give the Knicks some credit there. But Taylor, ease up on the bragging.
Are you guys excited here? So we have a big football weekend coming up. I love this time of year. Holidays are right around the corner, but you have Friday football. You have a college football playoff game tonight. It's Oklahoma, Alabama. You get Saturday NFL games. You get Texas A&M, UM at noon. That game should have been at night. I don't care about the other two games.
Thank you, Stu. What the hell is that?
They think I'm waiting around for JMU. Get out of here.
It's crazy. You look at this. I'm like, wow, UM Texas A&M at noon must be a hell of a slate after that. Nah, they put the terrible games after that. What are they thinking?
It's odd to have the two biggest games of the weekend. One be tonight on a Friday night, the other one be Saturday at noon, and then the two games that no one really cares about, other than JMU and Tulane, those games are being played at 3:30, and I think
totally
7:30
forgot
or 8.
the Saturday NFL game. So it's I think that's
but the Saturday NFL games are not great games, so that will help college football out a little bit.
But you just answered your question for why Texas A&M Miami's at noon.
NFL
Packers Bears is at 8:20.
Yeah.
Well, Packers Bears is fine, but I'm going to go ahead and compete against Eagles Commanders. Like I'm going to take the 3:30 slot on a Saturday feels like prime time college football. Give me that. The noon game just feels like an appetizer. It feels like, to be honest, nobody cares who's going to win that game because they're not going to go ahead and win the national championship. If they thought that either of one of these two teams could go ahead and win the national championship, prime time, baby. They're not doing this at noon.
Even if you put that game, UM Texas A&M against Eagles Commanders, it's going to lose. So I guess now we know why.
Yes.
That you have a 12 o'clock kickoff for Texas
Is it going to lose?
Sorry, schedule makers. My apologies to you. You did a fine job figuring it out.
I think Texas people will watch UM Texas A&M over their rivals in the NFC East.
I don't think so. The NFL is such a beast and such a monster. I mean, you could put Tennessee and fucking Carolina on at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and I think it would outrate a college football playoff game. I'm not joking, is he?
1,000%. A bad NFL game outdraws the best college football game. And I say that as somebody, again, I am college football.
National. I forgot. Yes.
But you can't put what's the 8 o'clock game? Is that JMU or is that the other one?
JMU Oregon 7:30.
Yeah. 7:30 game. You can't make UM Texas A&M the appetizer for that.
No, it's not. It's for the NFL. It's the appetizer for the NFL. That's what they're telling you. It is. It is. Izzy, that's what they're saying. Yeah.
So they're saying that nobody's watching that Oregon game.
Outside of Oregon and James Madison.
Just punt on it. Okay.
Listen, it's going to kill it in James Madison. I'm certain it will get a 70 share.
In James Madison. What state is that?
Virginia, I believe. Yes.
I was asking for
zero chance he knew where it was.
I was asking for my purposes. I'm not going to lie.
Ask me what state Oregon's in. You know how fast NFL game days move? One big play, and everything changes. That's why live betting on FanDuel is a game changer. With FanDuel, you can bet in real time while the game unfolds. Score just flipped, jump on a new spread or live money line. That wide receiver's heating up. Bet the next touchdown scorer or total yards. Think that drive stalls in the red zone? Take a live field goal prop or fade the total. I love a good fade. Live player props, team totals, drive results, updated spreads, next play markets. It's all there. It's fast. It's fun. And with FanDuel, your live bets move as quickly as the game does. So whether you are riding momentum or fading the hype, FanDuel puts you right in the middle of every moment. Visit FanDuel.com to download the app and bet the NFL live all season long.
Must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
Been another fun week as we head into the holidays here. Taylor, let's update the polls here at Stugotz790 on Twitter. Go ahead, Taylor.
If you judge Shedeur Sanders off only what you saw from reporters on Twitter, could you think he was Dan Marino?
Why did you say reporters and what you weren't specific with one reporter? Huh? Josina Anderson.
Yeah, I don't want to be mean on social media to Josina Anderson, but the people that responded knew exactly what we were talking about.
Of course.
73.8% of the audience said yes, they would think he was Dan Marino.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen these fake stories about Marino trying to make a comeback because Phillip Rivers did? I fell for it. I did.
What? How old is Dan Marino, Stu? Isn't he in his 60s? Oh, man, but if you went and looked back at Marino footage, I guarantee you right now he can throw it farther than Phillip Rivers.
Did you see Brady said on a podcast, I think it was with Shaq, said give him a month to get ready, he'd be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL?
Who, Tom?
Yes.
I think that goes without saying. A month. I give him 2 weeks. All he needs is a bye week.
He said a month. So.
And also 10. I think he aimed a little too low there.
Oh, for sure.
A top five. Right. MVP. Really.
Marino could be top 10 if he really
would. The Seahawks, put it on the poll, if you gave Tom Brady a month, would the Seahawks cut Sam Darnold to get him?
That's a good poll question.
That is a good poll question.
So good.
Would he have to sell his portion of the Raiders?
Yes. No, because he's Tom. Anyway, go ahead.
Did Gardner Minshew only see Travis Kelce on that entire final drive?
That's it. Yep.
96.7% of the audience said yes. Eyes locked on Travis Kelce.
Yes.
The funny part to me was he did kind of do this a little bit. But it was really just because he was looking for Travis. Where is he? Where? Oh, there he is.
Yes. He just couldn't spot 87. That's all. Right.
Is it almost?
I know my head's supposed to swivel.
And I'm going to swivel it until I find 87.
Is it almost impossible to be this unlikable as the underdog story quarterback at Vanderbilt?
Oh, wow. Yes. Reese Davis, speaking of people who said things, said he regrets voting for Diego Pavia for the Heisman Trophy. How about that?
Wow.
Yep.
92.4% of the audience said yes.
Good job out of Reese there. Don't hold back.
We don't know these people. I've said it my entire career. You might think you know these guys who are playing the sports you're watching because you're in the sports media, and perhaps you talk to them for 4 minutes on Radio Row at the Super Bowl. You don't fucking know any of these people. Not one of them. Anyway, sorry, Taylor. Go ahead.
Hey, bucked up LA Bowl. We didn't need you Saturday. Let Army Navy have their day.
Yep.
83.6% of the audience said yes.
Shame on the other 17%. Seriously.
Yep. Fucked up.
Creatine brands.
You're not familiar?
No.
TYSYF.
Would the Saints win the Super Bowl if they got to play the Panthers every week?
Yes, they would. They would.
Shucking it up.
82.4% of the audience said yes. Tyler Shuck, Super Bowl MVP.
Yes, of course.
Easily.
Yeah. Who else would win it?
If Aaron Rodgers played the Bears in the Super Bowl, would he rather play the game in Chicago?
Yes, in the snow.
90.5% of the audience said yes, Aaron Rodgers, sign him up, would rather play in Soldier Field.
I would love a Chicago Super Bowl, man. I know the weather's unpredictable, but I would love that.
We had a New York Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, and it was terrible because the weather was awful.
So why would you love it?
No, it wasn't. It was like 50.
Right.
Leading up, though, it was
the only time good football's been played in that fucking stadium. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. Was it even good, that Super Bowl? What Super Bowl was it?
No, that was Broncos Seahawks, where Manning, like the first play was a safety because the ball was snapped over Manning's head. And
it was the Peyton Manning Super Bowl that he doesn't really deserve to have on the resume.
No, Manning.
Oh, that was the next one.
He lost that one.
He lost that one, won the next one, right? Yeah. He was more deserving of the one he lost than the one he won. How about that?
This was the Super Bowl that got Russell Wilson into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. And then every game after are the games that got him out of the Hall of Fame.
Does a high school team need to be running an NFL offense?
No. Well, I don't know. But if your coach is Phillip Rivers, does that change things? I mean,
people were more split on this one, but 63.5% of the audience said no.
Right.
Did you see our boy Colin Cowherd? Colin Cowherd said, if the Giants get the number 1 pick, trade Jackson Dart today.
That was Taylor's take.
I said that before him, and he stole it, I think.
From Mendoza. He stole his take. He absolutely stole his take. He said it. Right.
When we had Sal Licata on, one of the Licata or
Lanata.
Yes. Come on.
It was a stretch. Yep.
I got Colin Cowherd listening to the Stugotz podcast and being like, nobody's going to know this Taylor guy said this. I'm taking it.
I mean, he is college football, not the NFL.
I've done it a million times. I'll do it a million times more moving forward. Okay, and don't think Colin is not a stealer of takes. Okay, he cornered me once in Bristol. He was eating soup while walking. Had a cup of soup. Yeah, and he asked me what's going on with the UM program, as if I'm in the know. Like I'm a booster or something.
Boots on the
ground. I got some sources. They're telling me some things about UM.
For the record, Colin does do that and then takes it to air. Like he asked some PA, like what's going on with the Cubs, and the guy answered him, and then he went to air and said they're trading this guy, but they never were trading that guy. Wow. And the Cubs got really mad at him.
And that PA must have got fired.
Yes. Had I known, like, listen, armed with hindsight, I would have told him a whole bunch of fucking nonsense. So we went on the air and sounded ridiculous. I wish I had done that. Perhaps we'll get a chance to do it again. Anyway, go ahead.
Is it all Kirk Cousins' fault?
Yes.
Yes.
76.1% of the audience agreed, saying yes, it is Kirk Cousins' fault.
No problem with that. I can blame him for anything. No idea what the context of that is.
I read a story yesterday. He might be the starter in Atlanta next year. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
The NFL. It's crazy, man.
How did the Jets not have an interception? 81.9% of the audience said yes.
It's the greatest stat in the history of football.
It's insane. I still don't believe it.
Taylor, put that on the poll. We'll update it next week. The Jets having 0 interceptions. Is that the greatest stat in the history of the NFL?
NBA Cup champions. Is this what you dream about? Disappointing.
Our whole lives. Yes.
Disappointing one for me. 65.3% of the audience said, nope, you can wake me up. Not dreaming about winning an NBA Cup.
That's because the Knicks won. That's it. That's the only reason. Yeah. Haters. Crazy.
Do you have to call Tyler Kolek that Kolek kid when talking about him?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You do.
78.5% of the audience said yes.
Of course.
Can you really say everything's on the table if your table is Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers?
Pretty lame table. I mean...
It's just Zach Wilson on all fours, Quinn Ewers on all fours, a tablecloth on top of them. There's your table.
Yes.
72% of the audience said no, don't call that a table. Would you buy a Knicks commemorative NBA Cup run DVD?
Heard he did.
Me too.
It's 5 minutes running time.
More like an Instagram reel than a DVD.
Yeah.
74.6% of the audience said no.
Uh-huh.
This is a big one for Mikey. Are Stanley water bottles just adult sippy cups?
Yes, they are. I've been thinking about this ever since.
Forgot about that.
Yes, and they are. He's right.
The record this week so far, 97.3% of the audience said yes, they are.
Wow. Yes, they are.
Yes, man, proud of you. Grown-ups out there sipping on a cup.
Last poll question for the week.
Uh-huh.
Is there a chance you order Quinn Ewers merch and by the time you get it, he's no longer the starting quarterback?
I will say, update, still nothing on the shipping. This is why they warn you, hey, order it by the 13th to get it before Christmas. I don't think you're going to get it before the new year.
But I would say there's a better than 80% chance that he won't be starting by the time you get said merch.
Does Zach Wilson have merch? Let me look this up.
No, now you got too far.
I have Quinn Ewers hand delivering everything to the mail.
That would be a nice touch. I mean, it would. Yes. He'll have time to do that once he's no longer the starting quarterback.
His mom is ironing on all the decals and stuff.
It's adorable.
Christmas. Like elves almost. Factory line.
Sisters licking stamps to put it on the envelopes.
It's a real family operation.
You just take one and you pass it to the next family member. To
Quick
do their
update.
job.
Speaking of
They all
family members,
they all end up back at Quinn.
I have not found Zach Wilson individual merch, but I am going to buy this one T-shirt that says, it's a picture of Zach Wilson, and it says, throwing bombs, banging moms. Stu, you want one?
I do not want one
Okay.
of those. No.
The best Zach Wilson merch ever was the Mike fucking White shirts.
Yes.
94.3% of the audience said, yes, there's a chance by the time you get your Quinn Ewers merch post-Christmas, he's no longer the starting quarterback.
I hope one of those 6% of voters was the person in charge of the merch.
Stu, those are the polls.
Man, Mikey. Sam Darnold is 2 home games away from going to a Super Bowl. I hate them.